Hey, I'm here doing your intel summary, the quick summary of the intel that I get from our contacts, our private contacts over in the sandbox. Mr. Sandman and crew. Keep your prayers up there for Sandman 1 because he's still recovering from his injuries. They're over there in the sandbox protecting us. So thank you guys for coming to me. I did an intel summary in my coffee and conversation this morning on the live stream. That was it was a little longer this morning. It was 44 minutes. If you want more details, granular details about why I keep saying this is done, you're going to want to subscribe, tap the bell. I'm a person of faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for but not yet seen. So I am the Christian who's boldly proclaiming that this is done because that is what God told me. For some reason, I have a prophetic gift about this wealth transfer. So you want to hear more about that, you will subscribe, tap the bell, and you will join us on a coffee and conversation. I also do that on the weekends, Saturday, Sunday. So if you're working during the week when I go live, it's usually around 8:30, 9 during the week. There's no set time because I'm married to a firefighter and an EMT, and he also works on the water. So his schedule varies every week. So does his work with LL Bean. We weren't sure today until around 11 if he was even going to go into work today because of the storm. So my schedule is crazy. Okay. So, subscribe, tap the bell, make sure the bell is tapped to all. You'll be notified whenever I go live. You're going to want to know when I go live. In fact, if you're wondering when you're going to find out when this RV happens, I will do a live that says the time is now. Okay? I also help you with strategies if you're uncomfortable with all the strings that seem to be attached with some of the ways you're supposed to exchange your currency. If you want a private one-on-one with me, 77 on Cash App, 81 on PayPal or Venmo for a half an hour to talk to me live and figure out what I got going on and what God's revealed to me is a safe way that may not be the way that everybody else is doing it. Anyways, so Sandman sent me a lot of things, so I'm going to go through and then go into the details of the one I think that are most imperative to you, because what we want to know is, when is this happening? What's going on that makes me feel more assured that this is happening? There was a detailed article on the budget amendments, long but informative. I'm going to skip that because Cabinet, they're in the middle of what basically Iraq has done is they are very much run like a real country. Like this one is. They have cabinets, they pass things. So you don't need to know all those details, but you need to know that they have stamped down all the terrorist activity. They have a valid currency, and it's perfect to be revalued. This is the time for that to happen. And this is something they've reaffirmed the government's commitment to ongoing financial and banker sector reforms. They're also cutting down on the bank and section reforms. They have de-dollarized in Iraq so that their currency can rise. There's actually an article here that talks about the U.S. dollar went down so the Iraqi dinar can rise, right? So also a parliament held another session, just like they do here. They're always in session, it seems like, except when they take a break. So I'll read this article about Al-Sudani reaffirming the governments so you can hear what they're saying about their financial systems. Banking sector reforms. It says a permanent committee comprising representatives from the Central Bank of Iraq, the Office of the Prime Minister, and the Association of Exchange Companies was formed to oversee and tackle obstacles in the sector's operations. So basically what they're saying is they're doing reforms, and he said all relevant institutions are to strictly adhere to the Central Bank of Iraq's law number 56 of 2004, which empowers the central bank as the sole authority responsible for regulating and monitoring banks and financial institutions to ensure compliance, transparency, and integrity in this crucial sector. What are they saying? The CBI is solely responsible for what goes on in Iraq in their banking, much like it is here. There's central banks all over the world. So they are in control. So pray that they release the RV. Amen. Let's see. Okay, there was another session. Budget details coming out slowly, but they're coming out. Another good read. And please pray for one of the Sandman who got injured and his career's on hold at the time. And he's had some injuries as a result of keeping the peace over there. Cabinet's decisions at today's session. A statement issued emphasizing Oh, they're looking at all their ministry heads that they're following their policies. They need to send official letters signed by the Director General and plan and follow up to the Department of Ministry. There's a lot of things that they covered, and it's all good. It's moving forward. It's moving like a government should. And so a lot of people are not hearing much, but lots of rumors, right, about what's going on. This is an article that was released about the CBI's, the Central Bank of Iraq's new decisions may contribute to decreasing the exchange rate. The exchange rate of the U.S. dollar, not of the Iraqi dinar. The central bank identified 3 categories of exchange companies selling the dollar to travelers, and while it revealed a proposal regarding the entry of imported goods and the border crossings, it indicated there are new decisions that will be issued next week that may contributing to reducing the price of the dollar, the U.S. dollar. This is good news for us, okay? So when you're holding foreign currency, you want to see that currency rise. So this is all good news. He stated the central bank finances the market in dollars through this platform for categories of merchants and small merchants and through exchange companies for travelers only, pointing out banks finance private sector and government sector bonds through remittances and long credits, as some of them sell cash dollars as the banks of Mesopotamia, and Al-Rashid through its outlets at airports, while exchange companies are specialized only in the process of selling dollars to travelers. The central bank submitted a proposal to the ports and customs, which is that any goods entering Iraq must make sure that the merchant has financed these imports through the Central Bank of Iraq. The printing of the Iraqi currency will not be random. They're cutting down on the printing of the currency. So guys, this is all good news for our foreign currency holdings. Another parliamentary session, and then oil prices set for next weekly gain. It says oil prices set for 6 weekly gain on pledged output cuts. Oil prices rose for a second day on Friday, set for their sixth week of gains after Saudi Arabia and Russia, the world's second and third largest crude producer, pledged to cut output through next month. So that helps with Iraqi's exports. On Thursday, clawed back a 2% drop in Wendy's leading. They're talking about futures. You don't need to know that. You don't want to know that. Trust me. Saudi Arabia is cutting their voluntary oil production of 1 million barrels per day for another month to include September. Came a day before the ministers of the Organization of Petroleum OPEC and its allies, including Russia, known as OPEC Plus, are set to meet. So basically, Saudi Arabia and Russia are cutting their crude oil exports. That gives Iraq an opportunity because they're not cutting, right? Higher borrowing costs for businesses and consumers could slow economic growth and reduce oil demand. So guys, just keep praying, because God has revealed to me that this thing is done. And it is done, and God brought me an intel source that's not sharing his intel anywhere else. In fact, people are watching my content and sharing his intel. So that is a praise to God and to his favor on my channel. So I'm glad you're here. I hope you will please subscribe, tap the bell, comment down below. Do you like these quick summaries? Does this save you a lot of time? I strive to make it efficient and effective for you, because I know what it's like to be a busy person. I'm still working hard. So is my husband. And it's stormy here in Maine. So comment down below, where are you from? And what do you like the most? And how long have you held this? God bless, everybody. Talk to you later. And any other foreign currencies you want to share that you hold, because I share a lot of them, because I think dinar is a linchpin and all these others are going to fall like dominoes. So if you have any of the others, hang on to your hat, because once this goes, the rest are going to follow. God bless.